Hi, this is Dan Stewart, and this is your NORAM Asset Management Market Update, Wednesday, September 1st, 2010. Well, September started off with a bang today. The Dow was up 254 points to 10,209. The S&P was up 31 to 2176, and the NASDAQ was up 62 points to 1080. Both the S&P and NASDAQ percentage-wise were 3%. The Dow was up 2.5%. Oil was up $2.06 to $73.98. Copper was up 10 cents to $3.47. Gold was down $2 to $12.46 the ounce. Silver was down 2 cents to $19.38. On the currency front, the dollar was down against the euro and the pound, but was up against the yen. Finally, I bet the Japanese are breathing a sigh of relief. On the treasury front, 5-year treasury of 1.41, 10-year was 2.58, 30-year was 3.66. Yields were up and prices were down as investors pulled money out of treasuries and put them into stocks. Why were the markets up so big today? Well, in the mainstream media today, you'll hear that it's the manufacturing report, the ISM number, came out better than expected. But that indicator really hasn't been that predictive over the last 10 years. The ADP private payroll report came out, and 10,000 jobs were lost in the private sector versus expectations of adding 15,000. So were investors just starving for some good economic data they could latch onto? Yeah, that's some of it. But the real story is China manufacturing came out and was upbeat and beat expectations. Australia also had good economic data. So it looks like that Asia may not be slowing down as much as people think. Also, new polls came out, and the Democrats in the Obama administration are getting slaughtered in the polls. That's bad for Democrats, but good for the stock market. The stock market likes nothing better than a gridlock government where they can't do anything. Over in Europe, Europe was up across the board on this upbeat data. Euro Stoxx 50 was up 3.5%, as was Spain. Most countries in Europe were up between 2.5% and 3%. They had good earnings reports over in Europe, as well as some merger and acquisition activity. But again, I think it goes to the manufacturing growth out of China. China may still be able to pull Europe and America out of this recession. I'm not so sure, but that is the story. Europe and America still has a long way to go. We're still in trouble. Asia was also up. Japan was up 1%. The only exception, Shanghai was down 3/4. Again, it's the strong economic data in China and Australia. Those are the big stories, in my opinion. This has been Dan Stewart for your NORAM Asset Management Market Update, Wednesday, September 1st, 2010.